We want to bring in our friends from Northern Essex Community College. You hear an awful lot of talk about the STEM fields: science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And that's where the future is. That's where the jobs are, and that's where the greatest needs are. And it's a good place for you to consider taking your education. And joining us right now on the phone lines is an engineering professor at Northern Essex Community College, Paul Chanley. Paul, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Ted. Thank you for having me on the show.
Good to have you here. I understand you started at Northern Essex as an adjunct professor way back in 1999, and now you're kind of running that department over there.
That's about right. 1999, I decided to start teaching a math class at school. And then, you do well in one, and they offer you another one, and next thing you know, now I'm coordinator of the engineering science department. Sure.
Yeah, so what do you consider yourself now, an engineer or part of academia?
Good point. A little beyond halfway now, I would say I am more academics than engineer.
Yeah. All right, so we've been hearing now for years, Governor Patrick, in D.C., they keep telling us this is the direction we need to go, and if we want to compete globally, in economically and, in science. Has the message gotten through to students? Are you seeing an increase in the number of students who are now starting to gravitate towards these STEM fields, in particular engineering?
Yeah, I think the word's definitely out, and especially in Massachusetts. The curriculum that they see at the middle school and into the high school is definitely focusing on engineering, science, and math. In particular, our college, I think we've gone from about 115 students approximately in 2008, and now we're over 250 students actually in classes, not just saying they're going to do the engineering, they've actually taken classes in the spring. So that's over 100% increase, I'd say.
Do you find that they're starting to come to you a little bit more prepared as well to take these classes and meet these challenges?
I'm not sure if they're more prepared yet. They're getting there. But there's still some intermediate work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
But I could see, just the number of calculus courses that we offer at the college has gone up by 3 times a semester now. So that alone is saying, that they're getting through the math.
Is it still a male-dominated field, or are the women starting to realize, hey, this is a good place to start a career for me?
There is some female, moving into it, but it's still not enough. That's about 50% of the population that's not in there,
Yeah. And I would imagine part of your responsibility as an engineer from the area is to kind of help promote the importance of those studies to the next generation, correct?
That is correct. The students, they got to understand, you don't have to be the smartest person in the classroom. You're just going to be able to work hard. Engineering's hard, too, but you got to work. That's all.
Tell me a little bit about the directions, the specific fields that they can get into. What kind of engineering programs does NECC offer?
Sure. NECC offers mechanical, electrical, and computer. They're the same. Chemical, and civil. Now, the main focus of the college here is to get the real solid fundamentals of engineering and to prepare them for one purpose only: get them to the universities. That's the important part.
Yeah. So these are fields that really the associate's degree, I should say the 2-year degree that they're going to get from NECC isn't necessarily going to lead to a job. The goal is to get them into a 4-year program.
That is correct, and we have a great agreement, transfer agreement with UMass Lowell. So students will transfer in just about at their junior level. So the college at UMass Lowell has done a great job accepting all our courses, so the students don't have to repeat courses.
Yeah. And we know that engineering program at UMass Lowell has been world-renowned for decades now. Does going to Northern Essex and completing the 2 years there, does it give folks a leg up on getting accepted into UMass Lowell?
Yeah, I think it does, sure.
Yeah.
The transferability, definitely.
Well, that's huge in and of itself right there. How much does it help that UMass Lowell has started to expand up in that Lawrence and Haverhill area where you folks are centered?
Well, we're just starting to see that now. One of the key things that we just saw on our campus here, they have the UMass Lowell. We just developed a transfer program to their night school in engineering. It's called Engineering Technology versus Engineering Science, and it's for the UMass Lowell Night School, and you can see that present here at the college.
Yeah. Lastly, Paul, you were an engineer for Raytheon before getting into academia. You have a very strong relationship with Raytheon, including, I'm told, you actually teach at the Raytheon facility, some classes, right?
That's correct. We established a program in 2008, and we take folks that are on the assembly line, and we move them up into a 15-month program to get them into testing and troubleshooting some of the parts.
What are some of the advantages to teaching a class or to getting students into an actual work environment as opposed to the classroom?
Well, they are in a classroom, so the key thing about this program is that the college comes to the plant, to the Andover plant, meaning the students don't have to get in their cars. All they do is punch out and get to the classroom. So they are taking the same classes that you would get here. So there is no difference in the actual curriculum.
Okay. I would imagine it kind of helps them if they're smart enough to network once they get there to make some connections as well that could help them down the line, right?
Sure. And some of the students now actually, come back here to the college for their 2-year degree. And I just saw one person heading off to UNH for their bachelor's in engineering that came from the Raytheon Test B program. So that's the path you want to see.
Fantastic. If folks want to find out more about the engineering programs at Northern Essex Community College, all the exciting things happening there, would you suggest they go to the website, call the department? What would you suggest?
Website would be the best, and then there's a way to get a hold of me at P. Chanley at necc.mass.edu.
Professor,
I'll give them all the information they need to know about engineering science.
Fantastic. Professor Paul Chanley from the engineering department at Northern Essex Community College. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us this morning.
Thank you, Ted. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.